Welcome back to the DOATBM. Flossmo joining us for a little live broadcast. What's good with you, man?
Oh man, Maxing and chilling. Blessings to everybody. What's goody?
Yeah, just getting to it, kickstart the week. Trying to stay productive, focus on positive. Reporting on some of these news and incidents within pop culture and just society. So, can be quite. Pardon me, I'm munching on a Snickers bar at the same time.
Yeah. A lot going on in the world today. We're gonna start with
Records piece. What's that piece? That Death Row Records piece.
Oh yeah, you like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
When I talk about my Death Rizzo. Shout out to the whole Death Row, Suge Knight, Reggie Wright, and all the rest of the people that's down with Death Row. And big up to Snoop right now. Took over Death Row, got his catalog and shit, put it on TikTok. Big up to Snoop with that.
Yeah, I mean, we did have somebody chiming in. They said they was trying to find the album on some other platforms, but they was having some issues. So I don't know if it's just an exclusive deal only to TikTok, but I guess eventually, even if it is, it will probably have to go on other platforms. Because I remember even when Jay-Z first had his Tidal, and he was like, he ain't gonna put his stuff on nowhere else, so it's gonna be on Tidal. But then at the same time, you're kind of missing out on the audience and the people who only use, like some people, they don't use Tidal. Even though we know Spotify pay out probably the worst, they're probably number one in terms of the site that people use as a go-to, whether they've got the free account or the premium account. So it's like, I think eventually they would have to probably roll it out to like these other platforms and stuff anyway.
Yeah, he Snoop was smart with that. Everybody's on TikTok, and it's a big platform, millions upon millions upon millions of people on there. And then he got the catalog, put it back out. It's going to probably sell different because of the streaming, compared to the CDs and disc and all that. But yeah, big up to Snoop for making that power move.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how the streaming works on TikTok. I've used it for like some odd posts. I know you can go live and stuff on there now. I'm gonna have to, refresh myself. I'm like I must be an old person still on some of these old social media platforms. But yeah, it'll be interesting because I don't think the payouts on those smaller sites like TikTok are usually as big as other streaming sites. But however, if it's like a sidebar, not just like the app, I think it's something called Sound On or something like that. So it might be like a separate sort of audio tab or something that they've got where you can hear the full album. So, I'm sure they've negotiated whatever deal between them, so they're gonna be well compensated for their streams and stuff.
Yeah, I went on TikTok and saw that my music was on TikTok. Surprised the shit out of me. You know what I mean? So I'm out to holler at them, see what's going on, so I can go get to the money, TikTok.
Yeah, because a lot of the times now, if you with the digital like platforms, once they distribute to TikTok and stuff as well. And but I just haven't figured out, or maybe I just haven't accessed it myself, where people like actually listen to the music on there, or if it's more so about them including the music in their videos and stuff.
I don't know. I think it's both.
Yeah,
I think it's both.
Maybe it's like a different app you need or something, or an extension or something.
Right. You know what I mean? Like if you want, you want to put a little flavor to your picture, like for instance, the fact of I got that picture with Nipsey and shit, and I can go on there and pull up one of Nipsey's songs and have that, the ambiance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I do similar on Instagram, but I know they probably copied it from there, and a lot of the stuff they do similar. But I guess we can sort of wind into the topics and stuff today. one of them we've seen. I mean, we've seen a tremendous media mire over the past week involving No Limit and Master P and stuff, which is, you know, a different thing. You can check out some of our take on that in another video, you know, batonline.com. And another huge news that came out was the incarceration. We already know he's incarcerated, R. Kelly, but his second trial came out, the verdict came in, where he was subsequently handed an additional 21 years to run concurrently with his current 30-year sentence and 1 year consecutively, which will result in him serving at least 31 years in a correctional facility and potentially being released in his 80s. I believe he's 56 years old at the time.
Basically gave him life, lifed him out, basically, which is whack. Even though, like I said earlier when we spoke, R. Kelly is wrong. R. Kelly is wrong, and he should pay his repercussions for what he's done. But at the same time, the man is 56 years old. You feel me? This is not like a regular Joe Schmo. You know what I mean? Just a run-of-the-mill type of dude. You know, R. Kelly has put a lot of money in a lot of people's pockets, and they still get money off of R. Kelly. You know, at the end of the day, it's bad what he did. Of course, it's bad what he did. But R. Kelly didn't kill anybody. You understand? It's not like he really killed somebody or took someone's life or raped them and all of that. Like I was saying, you know, when we was younger and we was in school, the finest girl in the school wasn't messing with no boy that was at the school. She had a boyfriend that would come pick her up from school because he had a car. You understand? A lot of people is hush-hushing about it, you know, and being biased, even my own people on R. Kelly, because as you get older, it's a bunch of men that are going to gravitate towards younger women. You understand? They don't want nobody old like them. You know what I mean? You want to be able to have somebody that's, you know, vibrant around the house, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And at the same time, them girls that R. Kelly was messing with, the little 14-year-old girl. Now him doing what he did, he's wrong. Like I said, he's wrong. But this is not like a regular 14-year-old little girl. You know what I mean? To where he was doing what he was doing, and she was ouch. No, it looked like she had been around the block and through the neighborhood for a little while. You know what I mean? These are not no regular girls. You know. Now he probably had his tactics of being, you know, overbearing and you know, they can't talk to nobody and secret no pictures and all this kind of stuff. You know, what 50-some-year-old man don't want a young harem of women? You understand? I feel like, you know, R. Kelly was in trouble and all that, and he got off a little bit. He got off, and the prosecuting and the judge and all that, they seen all the other girls he was messing with, but it really seemed like until they saw that he was messing with some of the white girls in there also, that's when they had a problem. And basically lifed him out. If he's 56 years old and you give a man 30 years, I mean, that's damn near life. It's life. You know what I mean? And he made a lot of money for a lot of people in this industry for them to throw him away as they're doing. I don't believe that R. Kelly deserves all of that time. I believe he should get some of that time, but he shouldn't get all that time like that. You know what I mean? This is a man that's brilliant when it comes to music and R&B. That doesn't take away from what he did, but I'm saying that he is a person, you know, how could they give this man that many years and they didn't give the lady who killed Natasha Harlins any time? You understand what I'm talking about? They gave her 5 years probation.
Mm.
You feel me? And she shot her in the back of the head over orange juice. You know, it's two sides to every story, and R. Kelly wasn't just seeking and salting these girls out. He wasn't doing that. I believe he was doing some of it, but he wasn't doing it fully. A lot of this blame goes on the parents of these girls. There you go. You ain't gonna probably never see R. Kelly again never in your life. You better go on over there. Go. They was pushing them kids on R. Kelly. You understand? Now he was wrong for doing what he was doing with them, but you know, shit. I mean, look at Jerry Lee Lewis and what all the rest. It's a couple of them. It was a couple of white they underage girls and running across state lines with them. You know what I mean? Like, I see double sided to me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think there's like a bias and maybe sometimes an implicit bias that people operate with, especially within society and the media, not to take away from any other aspects of the case. I mean, we did a report last year, I believe. I can't remember the brother's name. It could have been D-Rock, forgive me if I'm wrong, but he chimed in with us as a guest. It was one of our panel shows, and he spoke about, you know, some facts of the case on why he thought R. Kelly had been railroaded then, and that was when he was coaching, I believe, the New York case. So, as you said, there's multiple sides to each story and stuff, and the thing is, I came across a report in the UK media out here about a transgender person by the name of Isla Bryson, who had been jailed for 8 years. So only 8 years, and this person was a double rapist who changed their gender while waiting to stand trial and was jailed for only 8 years. And not only that, you know, this Isla Bryson attacked 2 women in Glasgow in 2016 and 2019 while known as Adam Graham. That's who he was. And, you know, had this change. I don't know if that includes a full operation or what, but they say that he's going to be sent to a female jail. So there's a lot of concerns about the safety of women inside, you know, the prison. But even just looking at the cases, I don't know, some people are going to say it's apples and oranges because one's in the UK and one's in the US. But that's like 8 years for somebody who committed such heinous acts and still has shown a sense of mental instability. I said that actually should be in the psycho ward. I was thinking, you know, what are they doing putting them in the women's jail to be a threat to other women? They should be locked up in the psycho ward. It kind of made me think of, you know, Norman Bates. You know, when you see the scene of him at the end where, you know, he was dressed up like his mother and stuff, and, you know. But anyway, this person gets sent to jail for 8 years. You know, after those savage and heinous attacks. R. Kelly, in his circumstances, not to, you know, minimize the damages and stuff that may have happened, but I don't believe, as you said, he attacked anybody or did anything like heinous like that. And he gets, you know, handed pretty much a 31-year sentence, like you said, in life. So there is a lot of
he needs more help and rehabilitation than jail. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think just there's a lot of bias there when we look at it.
Yeah, see, the thing with R. Kelly, you know, he make you feel a lot of different ways because at the same time, not because he's a black man, it's just the fact of they giving him a lot of time. They going hard on him, you know, they going hard on R. Kelly. But I just feel like, you know, when I saw this one clip, and I had to save it. I think it was with Torre, the interviewer Torre, and so he says he's blatantly straight up. He asked R. Kelly, he says, it's a rumor that you're into teenage girls, and the smirk on his face is what had me like, I'm done with this dude. He was like, well, when you say teenage, how young are we talking? I'm looking like, whoa, teenage. He didn't say woman. He didn't say, you know, young woman, young lady. He said teenage girls. So R. Kelly, he's getting what he deserves. He is getting what he deserves. He is, but they going too hard. You should be able to see some kind of daylight. You know what I'm saying? Okay, got your hand caught in the cookie jar. Slap on the, you know, slap him on the wrist. Go in and go do that 10, 15 years, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But not no.
Well, I think similarly to like the guy said in, you know, in that case in Scotland where I think he should be sent to the loony bin. And, you know, no offense to anybody who suffered with, you know, any kind of mental health issues and stuff. But at the same token, you know, I feel even with R. Kelly, he should have been, I think he come off more like maybe he got some issues and problems. We heard about trauma and stuff in the past. Maybe he should have been sent to like you know, a mental facility or something. You ever seen that movie Bowfinger?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need somewhere like Mindhead they could have sent him to.
I mean, you know, he needs more help.
But they got the Church of Scientology. Maybe I'd rather help his gang can straighten it out.
I mean, you know, you sit in your cell thinking about this shit. You have no choice but to sit down and think about it. You know, okay, I understand that. All right, boom. You learning your lesson. You're going through the process. But to give him that time, you know what I'm saying, to where I believe one of the other prosecutors lifted her lawsuit on him. You know what I'm saying? They lifted it because she was like, well, shit, y'all gave him 50 years. I mean, what more? Anything else is overkill.
Yeah, I think they definitely did their best to. I don't know when we say they, and not a lot of people gonna say, you know, who's they, but we, you know, in some cases we don't know the shadow people, but I think I should say there was a lot of conspiracy around just the case and, you know, things happening with him. I mean, you mentioned just him being a celebrity and how much money he's made from, but people are still profiteering off his music. Like we seen even a few months ago, there was an album that was leaked out called "I Admit It," which, you know, he didn't actually put out, but that wasn't gonna do any favors to you know, help his image or his PR amidst the case. And not only that, just shows you how other people are still making money off of that as well. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I do believe it was pulled, but when we think of these things, it's like, you know, he kind of seen in one aspect, maybe he like a sacrificial lamb, because I believe, especially when we look at the industry, we've seen the Jaguar rise, we've heard different stuff. I think a lot more people are complicit and stuff as well. And, you know, we did hear at one point, it was reported that he said he was willing not to talk, but they say that he said he was going to give up some other celebrity names and stuff, but nothing of that came into fruition. I don't know how true that was.
I mean, man, who knows, man? All I know is this is confusing. I know when somebody's getting railroad, he should got 10 years. He should have got 10 years.
Yeah, they gave the guy in the UK 8 years, you know.
I mean, there's
He
people
attacked people. There are people out there attacking people. Some people are killing people and getting less.
Oh, you talking about the dude in McDonald's?
Nah, wrapping it up.
Oh, you ain't seen the dude in McDonald's?
Nope.
Oh man, he is in McDonald's in New York, and I don't know what happened, but he was trying to. It was some white dudes, some Italians or something, some Italian young cats, and they was all at the McDonald's. And something happened. He was trying to get around them or something in the line.
That ended up swinging the axes.
Right, swinging that axe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Man, you should have seen the look on their face when he broke that axe off.
If it's the same video, I remember a few people kind of punching him upside his head, doing all this stuff.
Punching him, they weren't even phasing him.
And it wasn't. I just remember there was a point he was like, "Wait there, I got something."
Wait right here. I'll be right back. Hold on.
You know, you can kind of look and see the anticipation in some of them, kind of like, "Oh shit, what this nigga gonna do?"
Like, what he got?
When they seen he starts, I think he smashed a couple windows or something.
Dude, he smashed the window. He had hit the table and broke the table and everything.
Yeah, he was twirling down. People are crazy, man. Where was that? New York.
That was in New York, and all four of them were socking them in the back of the head, and it wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, I remember they ran. You know, because at first I'm watching this video for you know what's going on, who's at it with who. Then I see this dude, and I see all of a sudden I see these other hands flying, people running up, punching him in his head and all that, and I'm like, you know, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy? And then he take out the axe. I'm like, oh shit, he the good guy.
It'll be straight hammer time. They got the hell out of his way. Once he broke that hatchet out, it was a rapaniti.
Yep. I mean, who does that, man? Crazy world we live in.
It's getting crazier and crazier. It's getting crazier and crazier. Like I said, man, you know, R. Kelly is wrong. He knows that. But at the same time, they are wrong also. The judge didn't consider the fact of, R. Kelly's in his 50s. Like, come on now. Like, and he made a lot of money for people. He made a
they
lot.
they don't care. Look at Bill Cosby. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
That don't mean nothing. I mean, in one aspect, I can't be a hypocrite because I believe, if you're guilty, you should be, you should. Let's make it both ways. Let's be fair both ways. Because when Emmett Till's family are calling for Carolyn, Bryant Donham to be arrested for lying on him and having the warrant, served against to have her arrested, and everybody saying, "Oh, well, she's too young, not too young, too old." I should say. She was, that was years ago. She old now. They wasn't saying that with Bill Cosby.
Right.
You got to keep that same energy.
A lot of times, they be chasing clout too. Like the judges and shit like that, they chase clout. I'm the one that put R. Kelly away and all of those type of shit. Instead of being fair.
Yeah, I suppose you're gonna get that. It's a crazy mixed up world, man.
It's a crazy mixed up world, and you can't say some of the stuff that you used to say. It's censored. Everybody's sensitive, and the alphabet mob is mad. They'll make you come out and apologize, and it's a cold game, man. It's a cold game, but I will tell R. Kelly to keep your head up and hold your head. Hopefully, he'll appeal it to where they'll get a right sense to give him like 10 years, 8 to 10 years. Good behavior, he's out. You know what I mean? But all that 50 and 40 years, that's a lot on it. 30 years, that's a lot on it.
Yeah, and hopefully they, put him in the right, I want to say, position in there, because I think they did report before that they either stopped some of his accounts or his commissary or something. They was like messing with him on something, but he got a lot of fans and supporters out there. Some have been disappointed with the news, some really upset, and at the same time, I think those fans will stay behind him. Some of them, they'll probably put money on his books and all that. They can write him JPay. I'm sure he'll probably eventually have things like that set up.
I know he sit there to himself like, man, I done messed up. I done messed up this time. They let me off, and he got worse, and then they put him in jail again. There we got this time.
Let everything be a lesson to even others to learn from and stuff. So I think that should be the main takeaway. Not sometimes that's it. I think everything gonna be a lesson for somebody else that they could learn from. So
that's why they doing it. That's why they doing it, to put him an example. I know he wish he was a bird. He wish he could fly now. Shit, get the hell on out of here.
Yeah, Cal, man, definitely. Who knows? Things might. It's not impossible. Bill Cosby's thing was overturned. He might be able to appeal.
Bill Cosby was doing that shit though. The worst thing about
Bill was. I mean, Bill didn't actually do anything that they, I think, accused him of as such. Some people try and argue it was some kind of technicality, but it was like they didn't really have any real stories on him. I think it was just like they fabricated some stuff, and I mean, he admitted to maybe some partying and some, the stuff that
couple pills and shit.
Yeah, the stuff that the partying with those days with the Quaaludes and all that. You remember Scarface? Let her go, man. Let her go. Another Quaalude, she gonna love me again, man.
Right. See, that's all it. That's all it.
That's what those rich white women were into, like those Quaaludes and I'm not saying just white women, but for the record, but they generally just like women. Scarface. That's how they was, like just like Nicole and OJ. She probably loved the Quaalude.
See, he wasn't doing nothing. Bill Cosby wasn't. He wasn't doing and hurting them like that. They were just waking. They was waking up off that pill with their ass hurting. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Jello pudding pops and all of that. But he been with Camille since the beginning, so they knew that he was married. They just as wrong to going up there.
Yeah. But I think that kind of stuff was a lot of conjecture where they, I think when people get older and they want to start writing books, and sometimes they want to sensationalize these stories and be like, oh, I was at this party with this person and that person. When I woke up, I couldn't feel my face, but instead of just saying, I went to that party and
and got
I
too loose.
I got loose, had a good time, which but they probably knew they wanted to do anyways. In some cases, that's how I see it.
Yeah, man, this shit is bugged out. This shit is crazy. You know what I mean? I wanted to bust my new shades out for everybody. You know what I mean? For those that don't know about this, you know what I mean. You gotta have the fly shit, man. You know what I mean? Going back to the Tron era.
Yeah, it's just nice, man. So, we're gonna wind down with this one. We're at the start of the week. Good way to kind of kick things off. Check out some of the segments that we're gonna have coming up and that have already previously been uploaded. And obviously check us out at online.com for more premium sources.
Yeah, though. Y'all make sure y'all push that subscribe and like button. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing that we doing here. We bring you all this information and all this good game and all that. Y'all hit that like and subscribe though.
Yes, sir. Take a lot of time and energy. We definitely appreciate those who tap in and leave support and comments, and even those who don't that just tap in. Sometimes it's like you might be on the road and just getting to listen and stuff. So definitely keep the support going, and definitely, like Rob said, like and share, comment, subscribe, all those things. It definitely helps us grow and get noticed a lot more on YouTube, as we do face sometimes a lot of shadow banning and different deceptive means, but that's a whole different story. So we are on this one. Salute, support. Let us know your thoughts. Peace.